Amigos, nos encontramos en el Salón Internacional de Alta Relojería, el SIAR 2025, y ahora estamos con una de mis marcas favoritas, Grand Seiko, y conmigo está Rusty. Rusty, thank you very much for receiving us. How are you doing today?
Couldn't be better. Thank you.
That's great. Thank you very much. So we're really happy because this is the second or third time that Grand Seiko is in the SIAR, right?
This is our third fall SIAR.
That's great. And we have new releases that we're very happy to have here in Mexico. So what you can tell us about the first one, the new UFA?
Well, this one we introduced at Watches and Wonders Geneva 2025, and it is now actually one of the watches that is in contention for the GPHG. It's been nominated for that. There's a lot of things to talk about, from the beautiful dial that emulates the frosted forest, the pine trees up near the factories.
No, the dial is beautiful.
And the interesting thing is that we see in the industry right now size is coming down.
Yeah, of course.
Just a bit. So this is at 37 millimeters, but people are putting it on because it's an Evolution 9. It's got a wider lug opening, a wider bracelet, a thicker bracelet up and down.
So it makes it look bigger.
It seems it wears even bigger, but it's a beautiful size. That's 37 millimeter. It's what's called brilliant hard titanium.
Wow.
We have another watch here called which is high intensity titanium. So this is even about the same weight, but it's even more scratch resistant and looks more and more like stainless steel. So that's the material. When you turn it over and you get a chance to see the movement, it's a brand new movement for us as a brand. So Spring Drive has been the world's most accurate timepiece ever since it was invented well, it's been around now for more than 25 years.
Yeah, of course.
But it's accurate to 1 second per day, which is remarkable.
No, it's really precise.
Which is remarkable. This watch, again, they're always pushing the limits on precision and accuracy. This watch is not accurate to the 1 second per day, or not accurate to within 15 seconds per month. It's accurate 20 seconds per year.
Wow.
So if you do the math, that's something like 0.015 seconds per day.
Yeah, per day. It's nothing.
So, we live in a world where COSC standards are -4 to +6 seconds per day.
Yeah, of course.
This is point something 15 per day, or 20 seconds per year.
This is the maximum precise that you can have.
You're not going to get a watch that's more precise than this. That's exactly right. And then, if that's not enough, we have a new class, an adjustable class mechanism, and this is something that our fans have been asking for a long time.
Yeah, of course, I remember this.
Yeah, so it's an adjustable class system, like other brands, but unlike other brands, most of the time you're pulling it out and then sliding it one way or another. For this, you actually push it in, and then you can slide it one way or another. But it's important to have it, perpendicular to the clasp. So you can move it. There's also a way, so that's what the patent is for, this type of mechanism. It's easy to also move it by just pressing in this little button and sliding it one way or the other.
Wow, that's amazing.
It takes a little time to get the hang of it because you're so used to pulling it out, but pushing it in, sliding it, no problem. So hot summer day, you need a little bit more, room.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very, very easy for you to do that. So there's a lot of watch in this package, and again, we just started shipping them in the United States, and it's already in our top 10. So any place it's going in, it's selling immediately.
I'm pretty sure. Actually, you have right here the most precise watch in the world.
Yes.
So everyone is going to look for it.
Yeah,
so that's beautiful. That's amazing.
It's very hard for us to keep up with the demand on that, but we also just arrived in Mexico.
Yeah,
Last Thursday they got the first shipment.
Yeah, I remember that. It's amazing.
Mexico. Yes, we were happy to see that. I'm going back a few years because I'm going to talk to you a little bit about our best-selling watch. This we in the United States market actually had a chance to work on this. This is called the Shunbun. It also is called the Cherry Blossom.
Cherry Blossom.
It's because of the color of the dial and the dial texture. And I'm sure you'll be able to zoom in on that in a little while. It's also titanium, but it's high intensity titanium. This is an alloy that has been in the brand for a very, very long time. But it's an alloy that's unique to Grand Seiko, and most titanium references are either sandblast finished or brushed finish. You rarely see a titanium model that has high polish or mirror finish.
Exactly. And it's really complicated to make.
Super complicated and very, very difficult to polish. And you start taking a look at this, it's a beautiful design.
Wow.
In that there is no bezel. You have this
Exactly.
beautiful retro-like box-shaped crystal.
Ooh, it's amazing.
Yeah, it really is. And then you start looking at the intricacies of the polishing and how many different surfaces there are, all the way down to the tips of the lugs. And each one of those positions or each one of those surfaces has to be reapplied in a jig and then polished on a Zaratsu polishing machine. So it's an amazing timepiece, also spring drive, accurate to within 1 second per day, and also on a single barrel has a 72-hour power reserve.
That's amazing.
So
Yeah,
again, like I said, this is our best-selling watch. It has been for about 3 years now, and the story of the cherry blossom, and you know, they're very. Japanese is a very humble nation, and they talk a lot about being at one with nature. And in Japan, you know, here in Mexico and the United States, we recognize 4 seasons:
Yeah, of course.
spring, summer, winter,
Exactly,
and so
yeah.
on. In Japan, again, they take it to that next level, and they recognize 24 seasons.
24 seasons.
24
Oh, wow.
seasons, and this season is called, and they call them sekis, not season, S-E-I-K-K-I.
Okay.
And the the sekis are how can I say, are defined by what's happening in nature during that 2-week time
Okay.
period. So the Shunbun seke is when the cherry blossoms are falling to the ground. And that's what this
beautiful.
dial represents. So again, people call it the Shunbun, people also call it the spring because it
Spring,
happens
yeah.
in the spring. But the real technical name for it is Shunbun, is that
Shunbun.
seke, yeah, Shunbun.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's really, really beautiful.
I didn't know the inspiration of this diet, but it's amazing. This is one of the main reasons why Grand Seiko is right now one of the leaders in the watch market. Not only because they create really accurate watches, even they try to translate the beauty of Japan into their watches, and this is the beauty that we have right now in the CR 2025. Thank you very much, Rusty.
Oh, it's my pleasure. So,
My friends, we're continuing here in the CR with Rusty, and now we have a really special brand. This is part of Seiko Corporation, but we have something really unique, really different that we have never seen before. And here's Rusty to tell us about CREDOR.
okay, well, I was very excited that I was able to bring these into SIAR this year. It's our first time having these references in Mexico. And as you mentioned, this is called CREDOR, but CREDOR is a brand that has been exclusively in Japan. But then within the CREDOR brand, and CREDOR is positioned within Japan, there are products very similar priced to Grand Seiko, where CREDOR is kind of the jewelry dress brand, and then Grand Seiko is your everyday brand, so to speak, your functional brand, I guess, if you would. So anyways, CREDOR is this brand that plays in Japan at that under $10,000 price range, but then they wanted to go after high horology. And they opened up a studio called the Micro Artist Studio, and it's a collection of artisans, craftsmen, engravers, polishers, lacquer artists, and of course watchmakers.
Of course.
And this collection of artisans produce about 150 watches per year. That's it.
Wow, that's crazy.
And it's all, it's not necessarily the complication, it's all about the materials that are being used and the craft that is going into the watch. So
Exactly.
I'll talk to you a little bit. This is called the Ichi 2. There was an Ichi 1. Ichi 1, similar in appearance to this, but a little bit smaller. Power reserve on that was on the front. This watch, referred to now as the Ichi 2, there were about 20 of these made per year. And then they introduced HE2 in rose gold and an HE2 platinum with a blue dial, which we'll talk a little bit about. But all of the watches, for the most part, have the same dial. The dial is a porcelain dial. The markers and the logo, or the indices and the logo, are all hand painted by a single
amazing.
craftsman. Each one takes a great deal of effort and time to make. And if you can imagine that logo being painted by hand,
That's
we
great.
sent the craftsman who would know would be doing this for many, many years. He went to Noritake, China, and worked at Noritake, or studied under craftsmen at Noritake for 3 years before coming back to be able to do this. So you imagine a porcelain doll, which is difficult to work with to begin with, and then you're applying the lacquer, firing, lacquer again, firing it.
Yeah, of course.
So it goes through that process 3 different times to build up the markers enough to be above the white porcelain doll.
That is amazing. And also the history behind of the artisans. That's great. You're not just paying about the quality, you're paying about the years of experience of the artisans that they are working on this watch. This is amazing.
Yeah, and yeah, it's a showcase piece that talks to the number of artisans that is working on it. We've got one guy that will just do the dials, another guy who will or woman, person, who will just do the hands.
That's amazing.
Then we turn it over, and then we talk about the watchmaker who designs, or the watch engineer who designs, the watchmaker who puts it all together. But then all those components needed to be polished. And you'll see, this is very unique. We have a skeletonized barrel that has a flower motif.
That's beautiful.
It's called the bellflower, which is the city flower of Shiojiri, which is represented here where our factories are. There's 2 bridges on the back of the watch that you can see, and there's a gap between those 2 bridges, and that represents the stem of the flower.
That's amazing.
And then there's 2 little petals at the very bottom, one of which displays the glide wheel of the spring drive movement.
Wow.
Each one of these bridges takes a craftsman more than 2 weeks to file and polish by hand.
This is
So
amazing.
again, you've got polishers, lacquer artists, watchmakers, watch designers or engineers,
Yeah, of
all
course.
working on this single timepiece. So our availability is it's difficult to get it in. Generally, it's for the United States market. We sell it exclusively through one of our boutiques. But if we have the opportunity to make a private presentation to a collector, and we want to get to know the people who are interested in this product,
Yeah, of course.
we will go present it. We'll actually go and then deliver the watch as well. So it's a very, very special piece that not many of our retailers, even in the United States, have access to unless we are able to get to know their clients.
That's amazing. And now we have the opportunity right here in Mexico City to see this beautiful piece. There's another one in the blue dial, and this is amazing because, as you said, it's a really low stocks
Very
that
low
you
production.
manage. So it's more complicated even for the collectors to see this kind of pieces. So I'm really sure that in Mexico you're going to find really good clients that they really appreciate the work of the artisans and also the work on the time that Seiko puts into each watch. So Rusty, I don't have words to say thank you. This is an amazing watch. This is an
Always good to
amazing
see you.
stand.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Amigos, seguimos aquí en el SIAR. Muchísimas gracias.